It's my one-eyed dog. My cat scratched his other eye out. Yeah, he's winky now. Hey, how are you today? Hey, I just wanted to come on here as me. I mean, in fact, I'm even in my pajamas. You know, because it's more comfortable. I'm talking today about 2020. I'm going to look back on some things that bothered me, maybe bothered you, but you hadn't even had anybody to voice it to, so, you know. I just decided I'm going to come on here and be me today. I don't have a heavy subject, and even though I might get heavy, speaking of heavy, has anybody else gained weight on this lockdown? Oh, Lord, when you don't have anything else to do, what do you do, right? I need to dust my treadmill off. I really do. Oh, dust. Gotta fix it. Looking a little neglected. But anyway, I'm fixing to get back into things. I've stopped eating as much. For a while, I was on some steroid medication because I had this allergic reaction to some stuff. And I'd get up in the morning, I couldn't even hardly see. I'm going, what's wrong with my eyeballs? And then I realized it was a steroid stuff. So, anyway, I'm glad all that's gone. There's something that really's been bothering me for a few years before 2020. And it's that they killed Roseanne Barr off her show. I thought that was the most weird thing ever. Do you know Roseanne Barr has a channel on YouTube? You need to go check her out. I think she's on Rumble too. If I don't forget, because I'm old, if I don't forget, I will put in here a link to her channel. Now, you know that t-shirt that's out that says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little? Well, she couldn't wear that because she cusses a lot. So if that bothers you, don't go watch her channel. But I love Roseanne. I mean, she is into conspiracy theories, as people call them. I learned a long time ago that usually the conspiracy theories, the majority of them will wind up being the truth. So don't be afraid to listen to conspiracy theories. Go out, like I've told you 1,000 times. Check your information yourself. It's all on the internet. I mean, it used to be until they started censoring things so heavy in the last few months. Lord, who would have thought there was so much corruption in the world? There's a lot of it. A lot of it. And we just are getting on the tip of the iceberg. But that's not what I'm going to talk about because I don't want y'all to get mad at me for my own personal opinions, all right? So anyway, this is what really bothered me about 2020. You know this? This? I've got a few things to say about it. All toilet paper is not created equal. I'll remember when all the toilet paper started disappearing. My husband had just left for work. He's 15 miles from the first town that he enters. And people on Facebook started saying, something's going on, all the toilet paper's just vanishing off the shelves. And I go, oh my gosh. So I start beep, 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 you know, and I call my husband and I say, hey, hon, look, would you please, if you see any toilet paper, grab it up. Because they say it's disappearing for some reason off the shelf. So he got some toilet paper. But anybody that knows my husband knows if he finds something that you ask him to get, he'll get it over and over and over and over and over until you say, hey, hon, that's enough, you know. Every day he'd go, I found some more toilet paper. It was in Dollar General. I found some in Family Dollar. Oh, I found a big thing today. Well, all toilet paper is not created equal, though, because when you're in a toilet paper shortage, you got to take what you can get, right? Anything to wipe your tush is going to have to work, except this don't work. Is that the right one? Yeah. You can see through it. You can see through it. Now, picture wiping your butt with see-through toilet paper. You know what I mean? Does anybody else know what I'm talking about? I mean, some toilet paper isn't worth a crap. There's a little pun there. And this thin stuff, should be called tissue paper to stuff into your gifts. It doesn't work. Other toilet paper, you better have a plunger near because it's so thick. 1 square of it's all it takes. Or you're going to stop your toilet up. But you have clean little digits afterwards. Anyway, that's a couple of things that really bothered me. And then the other thing that bothered me was that I dropped all the toilet paper. Hang on. Okay, we don't want it rolling away. We might need it later, right? We need to keep every bit of it that we can because it might disappear off the shelves again. And the second wave, people were buying it again. So then, you know, I love Dollar Tree, so because everything's $1, duh. And so you go in there, and all of a sudden you can't find much toilet paper. They got paper towels and napkins running out their ears, so everybody's getting that. Funny, after all the paper left, then all of the sanitary products started leaving the shelves. Then you couldn't find any sanitizer anywhere. If you found some, you're like on Black Friday, two people are running for it, and you start beating down the other person so you can get that 1 bottle of sanitizer. People are crazy. And you know what? I'm a people watcher, so I watch how they act. I watch what they do. I watch, the things that they do. It's just like weird. I saw this video where this woman had she'd taken all the toilet paper and put it in her basket. And this black lady came up to her. This sweet, sweet lady came up to her, and I just loved her. She just looked sweet. She looked like I wanted to hug her. And she just went and she said, "May I have a package of your paper?" "No! You can't have my toilet paper. It's mine." And she's just saying, "Listen, you can give me a package of that toilet paper. You've got enough there." They started beating her down in the middle of the store. Did anybody see that? And the managers had to come and stop the fight. They were beating that lady down. I don't get it, y'all. What's happened to society that we got to beat down each other to get something? I don't like rigged elections either. I'll just tell you that. Because if this election was rigged, I don't want a fake president. I want the real one. I want the voice of the people. You know why we vote? Because the people are supposed to have the say in who is in office. And now it's turned into, no, the big wigs, the ones that are up there and got all the money and have been controlling things, are the ones that's going to decide who's the president. Been this way for a long time. Just like Roseanne said, we're beginning to see things that we hadn't seen before. We need to wake up, you guys. And then this vaccine. I already did a video on that. Now they're saying that's a conspiracy theorist, that there is no problem with the vaccine. Okay, gotcha. Then how come after Australia, one of the first countries to start administering it, stopped abruptly? Because a lot of people started coming back false positive for HIV. Now listen to that statement. False positive for HIV? How do they come to the conclusion it's false positive? Because this is a person that hadn't had sex in 20 years or hasn't been exposed to anybody with HIV? How do they know it's a false positive when it comes out positive? What if they're putting something in them? I don't know, but it has happened before. When the scientists began to experiment and test and find out stuff about syphilis, they started injecting it into poor, unsuspected black people that needed money. And this is in history. You can still look that up on the internet. And they weren't told they had syphilis, and they went around spreading it to their spouses. It was a very bad injustice. They wanted to see what would happen in advanced syphilis and used people, which just happened to be black people, which ticks me off. Why? Just leave them alone, y'all. Anyway, used them as guinea pigs. Now, COVID comes out and they didn't have any animal trials because they didn't have time, because they had to rush it out. And then they want us to take this vaccine that they say is okay. And it's used with DNA or RNA, I think. And it goes into the nucleus of your cells and it drops something in there and changes. And then one of them comes out, the other stays in there and hooks it on. And I'm like, to TMI, okay? TMI, now I'm going, nope. I don't want that right now. Until you can prove to me that people they don't get shrunken heads, or they start talking in a language they never had, or their eyes turn a different color or something, I'm not taking it. Put me in whatever those concentration camps were built for. Anybody else know about those? They were built during the Clintons' reign, you know. All these closed down bases started getting turned into some kind of concentration camps with barbed wire at the top. Don't believe me? I'm sure you can probably research and find that out. What were those created for? Huh? All right. Well, just letting you know. I think there is a plan, and it's not good. And I just hope to God it doesn't get a chance to come to pass yet. Y'all hear, I've had some heavy videos. So I don't want this to be heavy. I really don't, okay? But anyway, another thing. Every holiday this year has sucked. Now, I don't mean that as a cuss word. That's just a slang. It sucked. Thanksgiving I'm not thankful. My family's not here. Oh, I'm thankful for the 4 or 5 that came and a few of my grandchildren. And I'm one of the rebellious ones, and I'll let you know right now. I can't wear a mask very long. I have claustrophobia. I get deathly sick. They said you wear one unless you have a medical problem. I do have a medical problem. My husband saw me almost faint in a store one day, and I ripped it off, and I said, they kicked me out. I can't breathe. And isn't it funny? After that Floyd dude was killed, and his last words were, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And then they've got us locked down wearing masks where I can't breathe. I think of these things. You know why? Because I'm home by myself a lot. So anyway, that's just some things I've thought about. But when this lockdown happened, one of the main concerns for me was, this is selfish, I couldn't go to my beautician. So I started panicking because when I went and looked on the internet for hair color, you couldn't hardly find any. But I got me a little stockpile down there in case this happens some more. But anyway, I hope it doesn't close down because I like going to my beautician, you know. Now, what if you gain a lot of weight, you don't know what waist size you have, and you need to go try clothes on, but if you try them on, you buy them. You try them on, you buy them. They're yours. You try, you buy. That's it. You can't, there's no dressing rooms now anyway. You got to guess. Does this dress look like it'll go around my bust? Does this look like it'll go around my waist? If it's not a belt to try on and you got a pair of pants, how, you know, you're just hitting and missing there. My stretchy pant drawer because you don't have to worry about it. Pants don't fit. You can stretch them over your thighs. Look at all my stretchy pants. Look at all my stretchy pants. Yeah. Anyway. Some places are ridiculous. Some places are ridiculous because one side of the street's open, they're partying and everything, and the other side of the street, they're closed down. This thing is prejudice. You want to know what prejudice is? It's this. It's COVID-19 and those that are making the choices of what stays open and what doesn't. That's the prejudice stuff. Little people with little businesses can't stay open, even though they don't have hardly any customers come in. But then you got these big Walmarts staying open. They're essential. Well, what if my local ice cream parlor is essential? Or what if my local art supply center is essential to me because I'm an artist? Crazy nuts. I could do better if I was up there than some of these idiots are doing. They think we're dumb. They think we're dumb, and they're working on fear. Fear paralyzes. Fear causes you to act without thinking. And how many have acted without thinking? People are running to get this vaccine that hadn't even been proven yet. Y'all, if you want to get it, I'm not going to discourage you, all right? If you want to get it, I'm not. Okay. And then you vote for these people to put them in office, and then they turn, yellow on you. In other words, they get scared. They don't stand up for their rights. They don't do the thing, stand up for the Constitution. And that's another thing. Does anybody know what the Constitution is anymore? Because there's people up there trying to do laws that's against the law in the Constitution. The Constitution is what makes us America. You can't just do away with everything. You got to do it the right way. If you don't like the Constitution, then you need to change things. But you don't just bully your way in. All right. I know nobody's going to see this video anyway. Nobody ever sees my videos. And if YouTube sees this, I'll probably be banned anyway. I was sitting on a pillow because I felt short, but I don't go sit on it. You like my pillow. But anyway, that's my rant. I have these things because I sit at home all the time and have a lot of time on my hands to think most of the time, unless there's houses full of 3 granddaughters. And it really bothers me. It really bothers me. And another thing that bothers me is it's Christmas time coming, and New York fixing to have the worst snowstorm in 5 years, and there's so many people that lost their homes, and they're already said that the I don't know if it's doubled, tripled, or what, but the homeless situation is unreal there because of the shutdowns being so stupid like they've done them there. And now there's homeless everywhere. Where are they going to go? What about all the little kids caught up in this? I think of that. I think my grandchildren, they know Santa's coming. All little kids know Santa's coming. But Santa's not coming this year to some kids. So I want to end this video with this. If you have $1 or $2, find a local food pantry or a place that helps the homeless, the needy, and give something. Do something. Do something. If you can't do anything else, make some hot chocolate and go hand it to the local police that are keeping you safe at night, and thank them for doing their job in the midst of people trying to pinpoint them and destroy them. Because there's so many law enforcement that are good out there, and they're getting a bad rap. My grandpa was a policeman. And that offends me if you hate police force. Without the law in place, there is literal lawless people go wild. If you don't have an authority in place somewhere that tells you what you can and can't do, people are going to do whatever. You saw how they broke into stuff and stealing and didn't care if they were on camera. I can do this. It's all right today. Everybody did it. Everybody on my block did it. I'm going to do it. It's not right. So the little kids don't deserve it, though. They don't deserve what these idiots and these grown-ups and these uneducated, lawless, rioting, stupid people that think they're cool have done because they're wearing black or they're wearing green or they're wearing something. I'm 68 years old. I've lived a lot of years. I saw the persecution of blacks when I was a little girl. I've seen prejudice against all races, white included, in this country. If you're not like so-and-so, you're the outcast. You are going to be, you're in a race war. Somebody's going to talk about you. Get over it. Love people. All right, y'all, I'm done. I just helped somebody this Christmas Eve. If you can't do anything else, pray for them. Give somebody a comment when you're out in Walmart through your mask that you got to wear where you can't breathe. Do something for someone. Buy them some of this if they don't have it. A can of beans. Can you do that? Less than $1, you can buy a can of beans, take it down to your local food shelter. Say, this is all I've got, but maybe that'll feed somebody. Do you have old blankets you're not using? Take them to the corner where the homeless person is. Or give them to the local shelter that they can be handed out. Do something. All right, I'm done. I know this stupid video. It's just me griping, I guess, but maybe somebody will get it. All right. If I think of anything else, I'll make another video. For the house. Wear their jammies all day now.